Let's go to the tower. Let me in.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services. We apologize for the inconvenience, but locks on each sub-unit must be deactivated before accessing the main tower. Have a great day. Hello?
What do I do?
Thank you for choosing Tower System Services. We apologize for the inconvenience, but locks on each sub-unit must
Oh, I have to put the keys into here.
accessing the main tower. Tower sub-unit access granted.
I understand now. I was wondering what was happening.
Tower sub-unit access granted. Tower sub-unit access granted. Hello? Thank you for choosing Tower System Services. We apologize for the inconvenience, but locks on each sub-unit must be deactivated.
Does it press the second time? Yeah, I do. I have to hack them. God damn it. Oh. Hello. Interesting.
Have a great day.
Alright, let me hack this one as well. Alrighty. 2 down, 1 to go. If I was A2, she couldn't even do this. She would never be able to get in if it weren't for our good pal 9S. So in the end, I guess they do help each other. Oh. Oh, the other one's up here. There we go. Are you gonna let me in now?
Congratulations! You've unlocked all of the sub-units. That means a special prize is waiting for you inside the tower. We look forward to serving you.
Alert. Enemy caution level rising. Cause is most likely concern over Unit 9S gaining access to tower.
Out of my way!
You're zoomed out by a lot. Here, let me kill these guys. Blow them up.
Damn it! They won't stop coming!
Alert. Allied signal detected.
Allies?
Oh.
Wait, you?
9S, we've been expecting you. The two of us will take things from here. You need to open the door to the tower.
So it's not like last time. I had this moment of, oh, so this is Nier.
DEVOLA? POPOLA? What are you doing here?
Remember your promise?
There we go.
What are you talking about?
Come on, 9S. Hack in while you can.
None of this makes any sense.
We'll explain everything once we're inside.
Alright. They're playing the song! They're playing the main, like, field theme from Nier 1. This is making me really sad. You know what's even sadder? Papa Nier never existed in this world. In the end, he's actually not here. DEVOLA and POPOLA would never even remember anything about Papa Nier, even if they did have the same number as the old DEVOLA and POPOLA. They don't.
We've got this, 9S. You just...
Alright. Let me in. It's now an 8-bit version of the main theme from Nier 1. This hurts. My feelings are being murdered right now. They're being cut in half. Seriously. Every one of my feelings is being destroyed.
What's this barrier?
Analysis. It is part of a closed defensive system.
Well, how do I break it down?
Hypothesis. Unit 9S could permit its self-consciousness data to lose control. The resulting energy surge has an acceptable probability of temporarily paralyzing the barrier.
That's almost as bad as not going in at all!
Oh no.
What happened?
It's the barrier.
Popola!
No, don't! You can't do anything! The wall's got a
Enough!
self-closing algorithm!
DEVOLA and I, we have to atone for our sins no matter what!
But if you do that, your circuits will...
DEVOLA! Right.
DEVOLA!
I hope you don't regret this.
That leaves the question, how does A2 get in? Because you know she's going to be coming. But holy shit. Now, you say sins. What sins did you commit that made you need to sacrifice yourself for 9S? What atoning are you doing? Do you remember Papa Nier? Is that what we're going for here? Or what? We're gonna see the sins now, I suppose. A dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in sand, we press forward, one step at a time. We have nowhere else to go after all, because our models, the DEVOLA and POPOLA models, are defective. Record, transitions in the project initial phase. When we first woke up, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls, and they issued us a single order, function as the observers of Project Gestalt. This is the sole mission of the twin DEVOLA and POPOLA models. It is the only reason we existed at all. We were the latest models, though the companions shared our appearance. There was a sparkle in our eyes, a sense of pride that have been entrusted to humanity's future. And yes, there was anxiety as well. We existed as a pair. We shared destinies and it was burden as a pair. Because of that, all the hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities, the observation areas. They were given their own guide to the replicants with their own to guide the replicants with their own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that one day will arrive. We are the only ones who can answer to duty. We are observers, after all. Ah, watch out! DEVOLA staggers and falls over a soft yet unforgiving sand. Hurry to her side with a sigh of relief when I find out she's not seriously hurt. Are you alright? Sorry, sis. Guess you spaced out for a bit. She smiles with the same wry smile I know so well as she rubs her absently at her leg. It is covered in with white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Popola. Come on, we need to go back before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere if the sand gets into that thing. Now quit whining and hold still. I'll be quick. DEVOLA grunts and turns away. I take it as consent. Soon we are resting at the side of the shade of a nearby rock as they pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloodied, peeks out from behind the bandage. Judging from DEVOLA's current lack of ambulatory control, I imagine the circuitry underneath is damaged as well. Taking a deep breath, as I expect, the wiring in the nerve circuitry is damaged. Replacing it would require new connectors as well as new tools, none of which are easy to find in a desert. Sorry about this, sis, mutters DEVOLA. That wry smile again. It kills me every time. Don't you dare apologize, I respond. You've done nothing wrong. Help me change the bandage and trying not to let the worry show. I make it as tight as possible so no sand can slip inside. That's all I can do before I get the proper materials. That's going to be a tall order considering our current situation. I'm sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologizing. We both apologize while insisting the other's apology isn't necessary. It's kind of funny in a way. Such a trivial matter. Under such circumstances, we laugh together, the sound echoing across the desert before being stolen by the cool evening wind. Report regarding the increase in relapses. There has to be some way to prevent relapses. DEVOLA's sharp voice echoes through the private quarters. You must be quiet, sis. The replicants will hear us. Pfft, they wouldn't understand even if they did. Must be true. That might be true, but regardless. Annoyed by my hesitation, DEVOLA crosses her legs and scowls. The Rex Scrawl took another victim. That's three this month. It's spreading way too fast. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump. Just a little, but enough for her to notice. Seeing that, her eyes open wide. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay. I understand. It's going to be alright. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to the Project Gestalt, I was on the moon. I was over the moon with pride. But now my chest hurts the more I think about it. If I were to fail, before we knew it, the replicants would gain a sense of self, and the Black Scrawl would start raging out of control. It moved fast. So fast. Like a wind. Popola and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay. We talked about the replicants as if we didn't have a care in the world. But at night, we'd hold each other and share the horror of it all. Glad you were with me, murmurs Popola. I couldn't handle being an observer alone. But you were able to endure it because we had each other, I reply softly. Did the humans see this coming? So they made a twin model? Were they really so clever? Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden alone. When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city, she says. Maybe this abnormality is our localized phenomenon. I pray that's the case, I reply. Even if that is, we're no use for ourselves. Things will work out if the other observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to all be okay. But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. All thanks to the pair of DEVOLA and POPOLA models and from another town. The wind rubs my cheek. The sand grazes my skin. It's grown cold out here. We walk with renewed purpose, hoping to make it up for lost time. DEVOLA loses her balance every now and then, and it gets bad after a while. I slip myself under her arms so she won't fall again when we press on. Is your leg alright? Well, I don't think I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, it's fine. She smiles and says this, but I can tell that she doesn't have much time left. Or don't have much left. And yet, she continues to smile. Also, I don't worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious, beyond fury. I wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it. But then she smiled, and all that rage just suddenly drifted away. To think we have the same face, yet such different smiles. One day I realized how she reminded me of the martyrs I've seen in old records. That was the day we decided to leave our town forever. Our role as observers ended the day Project Gestalt collapsed, all due to the actions of DEVOLA and POPOLA models from another town. All of the original Gestalt lost, Randy was doomed to inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered the remaining replicant data we could and launched it to surface the moon. And though the success was unlikely, as finding a sand grain in a desert. We had to attempt it. Still, we had to try. We're androids, you see. Protecting humanity was our instinct. Other androids, beholden to the same instinct, began to direct their hate towards DEVOLA and POPOLA models who snuffed out humanity. They started small, a few offhand remarks, the occasional glance, but even the smallest things gained weight. And with nothing of them combined, the weight would eventually become a boulder. Emotions boiled over, remarks became jeers, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target for persecution. At first, we could accept the fact that our friends had turned at us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were the observers of Project Gestalt, after all. And while we didn't cause it to fail, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn we endured. Because as crazy as it sounds, I think we felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution, but when one is such town, my seemingly infinite patience broke. My sister DEVOLA met with unprovoked violence at the hands of the resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts, something quiet. Though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed, everything went red, and she smiled at me. It's okay, sis, there's nothing we can do. But it was too late, my emotions were no longer in control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in my world come to harm. DEVOLA and I left the town the same day. Violence like that would not stop, it was going to happen again. And it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than let them kill us, we ran. Guess that was the greatest resistance I could muster. We lose the sun as the dark clouds gather overhead. We continue our march. The cold wind blasted us, stilling what little body heat we have left. I smelled the rain in the air. We continued our march. Sometimes we hear animals howling in the distance. Must make us flinch every time. We continued our march, because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know we're the same model of androids who doomed humanity, so I understand that part. At least a little, anyway. But at the same time, we're not them. We're not the same. We are who we are. The DEVOLA and POPOLA were who they were. That's how I felt about when I saw DEVOLA getting hurt. I wanted to shout out at everyone. I wanted to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one DEVOLA. And for her, there's only one me. No one could take the other's place. Rain fell from the sky. It stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly. That's a pipe dream, I suppose. No android would dare help an outcast like us. Are you cold, DEVOLA? I'm alright as long as you're with me, sis. I feel the same. We press our bodies together to retain heat. It's cold now, much worse than the searing heat of midday. We smile at each other and keep on pressing on. There's another camp on the other side of the desert, a new camp. If we could just get there, we could fix DEVOLA's leg. And yet I was wondering if there's anywhere on this planet that would take us. Hey, what's wrong? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I do what I can to suppress the anxiety in my chest and keep on walking. The rain grows worse. It lashes at us without pause. Is this our punishment? I reach out and touch DEVOLA's cheek. The rain flows to her cheeks like tears. I reach over and gently wipe it away. She smiles but seems surprised. There's no point in doing that, you know, she whispers. But there is. Because I swore to myself I would stay with her forever. For this is the fate we twins androids have been assigned. So, at the end of Nier, that caused a lot worse things than expected. And it caused androids to get pissed at other androids and caused everything to go out of control. The failure to manage that area resulted in the collapse of the Gestalt system, which led to the decimation of the human race. Due to the discovery of its instability, the twin system was removed, and the future of android production designs. Following the incident, DEVOLA and POPOLA models were not dismantled. However, in order to prevent future unexpected behavior, they underwent a memory wipe. Furthermore, they were reprogrammed to generate constant feelings of guilt.
That is all that remains from their personal record during the era in which they were referred to as administrators.
I see.
Query: why do the androids DEVOLA and POPOLA seem to prefer death over surviving alone? There was a very high probability that at least one could have escaped.
I hope you never have to understand.
Affirmative.
Why is it lagging so bad?
Query. Why does this tower possess an entrance at all? All material transport takes place via aerial vehicles. It is irrational for an infiltration route to be so easily accessible. Hypothesis. Entrance is a trap.
I don't care. I just have to kill them all.
This isn't machines, though. This doesn't involve machines. It's the tower.
Corrupted Yorha units.
See? It involves Yorha units more than it involves machines. Here, I'll get this chest. Whew, okay. I got the Gestalt Report 9. I have to check out what that is, because that's very important to me. Because, surprise, I care about the Gestalt Reports, because that makes me really sad. Discovery of the original has contributed greatly to the stabilization of Project Gestalt. Long-term management of the original will be handled by Hamlin organization. As per the management above, their authority with cryogenic reply ops to Yona will be referred to as the Hamlin organization. Okay. Yep. So Yona's very important, as we know. And the Shadow Lord is probably also part of this. Well, I know he's already part of this. I think he might be part of the original.
Chosen to visit the tower today. Don't forget about the special prize for the guest who unlocks the last subunit in the room just ahead. You're going to love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna love it.
I'm gonna kill you.
That sounds like a chord, by the way. Just a little bit. The lag here is kind of ridiculous. I should have put on the patch that is released for this game to make everything run better, but it's my mistake. Open up. That's a lot of 2Bs.
2B models. I'm glad I got to see you here. I truly am. I'll tear you apart. Every last one of you!
What? Why are you angry at 2B now? What did she do to you? She died? Is that what you're angry about? 'Cause that's a fucking stupid ass reason to be angry. You know what? Let's hack a 2B. There we go. I was about to die in like a second, by the way, so that's a good thing that I actually got that shit done. Alright, let's blow them to fuck. Blow them to fuck. That's a good quote. Damn it. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna keep on doing this over and over. It's the best way of killing all these guys. Or girls.
To be! Don't worry. I'm going to kill you now!
What the fuck? You're devolving into nothingness. "9S, if you keep on pushing yourself like this, there'll be nothing left." I know it, and it's not a good look on you. It's really not a good look on you. Alright. We must kill all the 2Bs. At least they don't have the set that I had equipped when she died. They have the Virtuous Contract and Virtuous Treaty. Ancient Overlord plus Javelin would have been much scarier. Alright, I'm just gonna hack him real quick so I can get some damage in. I got very afraid for a second there, but we were good to go. There's 2 more. There we go.
Alert. Enemies detected.
Still a few stragglers, huh?
I'm about to go this way.
Alert. The structure known as the tower has opened its gate.
Let's check it out.
The fuck was that? Limiter released? What the fuck? I can go Kaioken? I lose health because of it. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. I can't turn it off. Wow, that sucks. Okay. So that's good to know. I can press L3 and R3 to go into Kaioken? Question mark.